Hello, welcome to another episode of Virginia Craft Beer Reviews. I'm your host, Ed Medina. And today, we're going to be talking about another Virginia brew from a brewery out in the Williamsburg area, Williamsburg Alewerks. They've actually been around for quite a while. And, I like the stuff they've got coming on. So before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about a couple of things here. First and foremost, like I said at the beginning, my name is Ed Medina. I run vacraftbeer.com. I don't want to say it's the source to find your craft beer events in the state of Virginia, but I gosh darn do my darndest to keep the events up to date as I get them. So if you're in the a brewery, restaurant, distributor, or whatever, and you've got an event going on in Virginia that you'd like for me to plug, absolutely, can reach out to me on my site, vacraftbeer.com. I'd be happy to do that for you. And also, if you guys got any comments or questions, feel free to reach me through the site as well. I do get occasional questions on, people visiting the state of Virginia and want to know where to go and get a good beer in certain areas. And if I don't have the answer, I have I actually have a very good source of individuals throughout the state who can help me answer those questions and get back to you as soon as I can. Now, I will tell you this. I am slow sometimes to get to my email when you work IT job and you work through emails all day long. Sometimes the last thing I want to do is come home and work through more emails, but I do get back to you, and if I don't do it in a timely manner, again, I apologize. Also, today's the last day of American Craft Beer Week. I suspect, and from what I've heard, it was pretty successful here in Virginia. There were certainly many, many events that went on, from tastings, beer dinners, anniversaries. Congratulations to Midnight Brewing up there in Goochland. They celebrated their 1-year anniversary today. Beer festivals. There was one last weekend. There's one this coming weekend, or there was one this weekend, and the last weekend, which would be the 12th or whatever day that was. Speaking of festivals, if you go to vacraftbeer.com and look at the top menu bar, there is a link there that I've plugged in the upcoming festivals for this summer. And I probably actually will keep that running throughout the year, kind of like a quick way for you to find out beer festivals going on, Oktoberfest, whatnot. So keep always checking that. As I find out more festivals, I'll add them up there. Last thing I want to talk about is new breweries. Virginia has certainly seen its share of breweries come on to the scene, and I've talked about a couple of them: Red Beer Brewing out of Stan, Strange Ways Brewing here in Richmond, and a bunch of other ones. I am working on a list, thanks to Chuck Triplett. He put together a very comprehensive list of all the new breweries, either opening soon, or actually I should rephrase that. He's put a list together of all the breweries, not only ones that are currently open, but ones that are in planning or close to opening themselves. And I'm working on getting the information compiled and whatnot, playing with Google Maps to see if I can't, plot them on the maps and have that available for you to look at. So hopefully I'll have that done here in the next few weeks, and I'll put that out there. All right, so let's get into our reviews. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about a beer from Williamsburg Alewerks as part of their Brewmaster series, or Brewer's Choice. What do they call it? Oh, Brewer's Choice. Okay, first thing I want to say, for me, in my opinion, one of the most underrated breweries here in the state of Virginia is Williamsburg Alewerks. Jeff Logan, the head brewer up there, he does some incredible stuff, and he has certainly put out a few brews that are very popular. The Bitter Valentine, which, by the way, if you don't follow him on Twitter, you probably should, as he let it known yesterday that they brewed another batch and should be out within a month. So that will put us right into June, which is awesome. Cafe Royale, the Bourbon Barrel Porter, the Grand Illumination, and then of course the regular line, the Drake's Porter, and the Tavern one. I can't think of what it's called now. Just had in mind, and I'm looking on here. The Tavern Ale, and others. They do have a solid line of beers, and they're certainly winning their share of awards. It almost seems like every month or every other month, you're hearing that they've won a medal in the World Championship Beer Tasting Championship or something else. Sure, it's not the GABF awards that people like to really tout, but you know what? An award is an award, and accolades from your peers mean something. And they certainly have gotten their share of awards out there. Also, if you weren't aware, if you've been to the brewery before, they do brewery tours. I think on Saturdays at 3, or dailies, I think it's daily. They're closed on Sundays at 3 o'clock, I believe. And don't quote me on that one. Actually, you know what? I've got the website right here. Let's take a look. Their tours are 2 and 3 p.m. and they're $6 per person. But their tap room or tasting room is kind of small. There's not like you see a lot of these other breweries here in Virginia that have seating and whatnot, and actually sell the pints and what have you. Well, that's changing. They've taken over the space next to the brewery, and they're building out a new tap room there. I happened upon them one day about a month and a half ago, and Jeff was hard at work laying tile or painting. I forget which one he was doing. I found it funny. But nonetheless, it was good to see that they're going to be doing that, because I think if there's one thing that brewery was missing was an actual sit-down area, an actual tap room to sit there and enjoy a beer. And who knows? They may be planning, like everybody else is doing, food trucks and whatnot, which I hope they do take advantage of. Because I think that'll only just help them grow even more. Anyways, I digress. Let's talk about the beer. The beer we're talking about is actually part of the Brewer's Choice series. I don't know. This is actually a new one that they've done that I'm aware of, at least. I don't know the schedule. I don't know if it's going to be released just once a year or whatnot. But I do know is the first I saw it was earlier this year. I haven't had a chance to have it yet myself. I saw it and didn't get a chance. Like I said, didn't get a chance to try it. But people tell me it's actually a pretty decent beer, and that is 20 knots. It's their Belgian triple. And let's take a look at the bottle here. I like the label. Let me see if I can get the light. The lighting doesn't. There we go. See, I like the label, I like the ship, and the reason why I showed you the ship because the ship is actually significant. This is their take on a Belgian-style triple. It's named after the schooner, the Atlantic. This particular vessel achieved 20 knots during her sea trials in 1903. It's made with Pilsner Munich malts, steering golden hops. I'm sure Belgian yeast, which is what I would expect on this. And I also expect it to get a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for, Belgian character. So let's get into the tasting there. And we'll go ahead and pour it through my Sam Adams taster glass here. And you got a slight chill haze going on. Other than that, it's nice and clean. This guy definitely has a chill haze. Nice big frothy white head. And I'll tell you right now, guys, just pouring it sitting like this, I can actually catch the aroma. It's got a nice clove banana aroma going on there. You can definitely smell the what's the word I'm looking for? I hate to say the word, the Pilsen malt. You can't actually pick that up in the aroma. If you've had a truly authentic Pilsner beer, fresh now, and I fortunately living in Europe, I've had the opportunity to have like the Warsteiner and the Pilsner Urquell and the Spaten myself fresh, and so I'm well aware of that aroma. It almost smells like straw, or but in the website it says pear, and I would have never thought that until they mentioned that. And I do pick up like a pear aromatic in there, some spicy carrot notes, but it's really coming through more banana and clove more than anything. And you get that, and you definitely get like a straw, pine straw. I don't want to say pine straw, it's not the word I'm looking for. Like a hay straw, I guess is the best word I can think of. I mean, actually, two different things. Anyways, you can get that feel in the mouth. You're definitely tasting banana. There's some spicy, like clove, maybe a little nutmeg. Almost borderline like pumpkin pie spices, borderline there. If you throw some allspice in there, or something else to give it a little more of that character, you'd easily be there, but it's not. But it's got those characters to it. The texture is very creamy texture. The mouthfeel, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. The hops, you do pick up a little bit on the hops. They're very subtle. I'm getting a little bit of bitterness from that, just slight bitterness. Finish is relatively dry, not so much dry that you're like, because the mouthfeel, the creamy mouthfeel, I think kind of compensates. It's not cloying, it's not sweet, but it's creamy, full body. It's a good word to say it. A mouthfeel on there. The other thing I also pick up, and this is a 10% beer, is it has got a nice big alcohol to it. You can taste the alcohols on there. Is that good? Is it bad? I don't know. Personally, I'm not sure I want that. Personally, I would prefer to, if I'm going to drink the triple, let me drink the triple. Now let me drink the triple with alcohol on it. That's my personal opinion. Some people may say, yeah, that's fine. Well, anyways, I like the color. If you looked at the color, let's go back and pour another glass. Now, mind you, that alcohol is not going to stop me from drinking this beer, because I think it's actually a pretty decent style, decent beer. The color, look on the color here. It's a, what would you call that? A golden, a golden yellow. I don't know. The color is not too bad. The clarity. Okay, yeah, it could use a little more clearing up on there. This is definitely a good beer. It's definitely one you're not going to, I would say you're not going to take this to the beach and sit down on a hot summer day at 105 degrees outside and drink a whole bottle by yourself. Well, I would, but you may not. But it's a good beer. I think it's one that Jeff's, all right, I'd like to see if maybe do it again. Maybe bring the alcohol down. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I think that's my big thing against it, is a little too much alcohol burn on there. Bring that down. You know, bring it down to 9. I kid. I do enjoy the beer. I think it's a decent beer for them. I'm not going to say it's the best beer they've done. Absolutely not. The Bitter Valentine, I absolutely love. The Bourbon Barrel Porter, love. Cafe Rail, love. I mean, those are the top 3 beers for me from them. But I think they've got something here. Works. Oh, and the other one I tried and I haven't done a review on, I got to try it again, is that Caledonia Scotch Ale. Again, another one of those Scotch beers. What's this one? Caledonia is a Scottish style Indian Pale Ale. I will do a review on that one. If I can find it again. I've seen it briefly, and then I haven't seen it in a while. I like that one because it is actually relatively low alcohol, which I really enjoy, that effect. Anyways, back to this beer. So there you have it. It's the Brewmaster's Choice. It's the 20 knots here. 20 knots Belgian style triple ale. from Williamsburg Alewerks. If you're interested in stopping by the brewery, they are open, like I said earlier. They're open Monday through Saturday from noon to 5:30. They do brewery tours 2 and 3 o'clock. $6 gets you on the tour. If you want to do a tastings, they're $4 per person. And includes a sample of 6 of their beers right there. And I think you can even keep the glass. I'm not sure, but I know they do growler fills there, as well as they do sell bottle the bombers and their 12-ounce bottles there at the brewery. And if you're there and you see a long-haired bearded guy, which bearded brewer, that's new. If you see him, that's Jeff Logan. Say hello to him. He's always very friendly, always willing to talk to you and answer any questions, as long as you're not bothering his work, because he is busy brewing beer. Especially if he's brewing Bitter Valentine, then leave him alone. Let him finish. Or Cafe Real, or any of the other great beers. Nonetheless, if you get a chance, stop by and check them out. They're in Williamsburg, Virginia. They're not too far away from Colonial Williamsburg, in fact, and they're definitely not far away from the Prime Outlets off on 60 up there in Williamsburg as well. So you got 2 spots to hit to, as well as hit the brewery itself. And with that, I bid you cheers.